Howdy. Welcome to Grandpa's Humor. I'm Grandpa. I want to thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Today I'm going to talk to you about United States Army and basic training in 1966. Give you a little idea of what it's truly about, or it was back in the 60s. If you're like me, you've probably seen lots and lots of war movies and a lot of action there and all that kind of stuff. And then let you know real quick that real life in the United States Army is not anything like what you're going to see on any movie that they've ever produced for us to watch. Trust me. I'm going to tell you what it's really about. Now, I joined the Army in 1966, and I was a young 18-year-old kid. I thought I was a man, but I found out pretty quick I wouldn't. But it didn't take me too awful long in Uncle Sugar's outfit to grow up a lot and grow up pretty dead fast. Now, please realize that I was raised out in the country, a bunch of kids, and didn't have much experience in real world situations. Hadn't been around anywhere. Spent most of my life in Texas up to the time I joined the Army. And my primary reason for joining in 1966 is my family basically has been military oriented, patriotic, dating back all the way to the Revolution. Seems like one of my ancestors fought in every war. And my father fought in World War II, and I just thought that was probably the best thing to do instead of waiting to be drafted. And I wanted to go in there and have some fun and do like them other fellows I see in the movies. Well, found out pretty quick don't work that way. It started off with in 1966. I don't know exactly how they do it today, but back then the first thing you did is after you went down to the recruiter and told him you wanted to join, you had to go take an induction physical and take the oath, and then that you would be shipped off for basic training. Now, this is where my real life experience started with the United States Army, where I learned that everything is not as glamorous as portrayed on the movies or near as exciting, although there is some excitement and some adventure in the military. And there's definitely some rural travel and some real good opportunities. Life is kind of boring and tedious and a pain in the butt in many aspects. Either way, back in 1966, I went to take my induction physical, and I was there with a whole bunch of other fellers, and the first thing they did is they told us to strip down all the way, and I wouldn't used to be naked in front of anybody other than PE when I was in school, and that was for showers, and I was dealing with my buddies. I wasn't used to stripping down with a bunch of fellas I didn't know. It's kind of like being in a stinking nudist colony, in my opinion. But either way, we all had to do it, and so we I did. Well, then they lined us up in rows of 10, side by side, standing side by side, and this dadgum doctor came around to inspect us and prod us and make sure we was in good physical health. So the first thing he did is he told us to bend over and spread our cheeks. Now, when he told us to bend over and spread our cheeks, he didn't mean spread these cheeks. He meant spread your butt cheeks. So we did, and of course I didn't know what was coming. I ain't never had no physical before, and I bent over, and the next thing I knowed, this old doctor had a big old finger about the size of a cigar sticking it up my butt to check for whatever he was checking for, and that was not comfortable whatsoever. And he did all of us this way, so I couldn't complain. And anyway, after he finished poking us in the butt, he had to stand up straight and come around front and put him another glove on, and he went around sticking his finger up each one of our testicles to make sure that we didn't have any hernias. And be quite honest, I was a tad bit timid and shy back in those days, and I wasn't used to that, but I dealt with it, and I just went on to do the rest of the physical as they wanted us to do. They drew blood, and did a bunch of different things to us, and now I don't know how they figured out we was all healthy and ready to go, but it didn't take but a matter of a few hours. Next thing we knew, we were standing in front of an officer holding our little hands up for to take the oath. And we did take the oath, and we were then officially in the United States Army. And I was really happy about that, but of course I didn't know what I was really getting into, and what things were going to happen down the road. Anyway, this was just the start of my little experience in the United States Army and basic training. And so after we took our oath, we were shipped out to Fort Polk, Louisiana, to start our basic training. And that's a different story. I mean, you're just going to have to hear it to believe it. But either way, I'll start that part of my experience with basic training in 1966 in my next little video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. And again, if you're thinking about joining the military in any branch, don't go by what you see on the movies, because it ain't going to be like that. It's going to be a completely different situation. Talk to some of your family and friends that's been there, done that, and they can give you a little more insight. Don't go by what the movies have to say. Please, if you like this, pass it to your friends. Please subscribe if you can, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you on part 2 of 1966 United States Army basic training. I call it Culture Shock. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.